When you strip away the noise and the bright lights, it's just the game you loved as a kid.
Wilson has released their advertisement for the brand new basketballs signed by Caitlin Clark. And it's pure movie, just like Caitlin on the court. Fans are giddy not only because the advertisement is fantastic, which it is, but also because it conveys a greater message. The Caitlin Clark impact, why her supporters like her, why she matters, and why she is the WNBA's face are all explained in less than 60 seconds.
I don't think you could have a more perfect, a more perfect promotion campaign for anyone as what Wilson are just doing for Caitlin Clark. It's been legitimately perfect.
And it's not only the advertisement, the actual product is customized for her. The details are amazing. Wilson clearly went above and beyond to customize every aspect of these signature basketballs for Caitlin Clark and to use the design to truly tell her story. I'll go into all the details in a moment, but here's the thing. She's only the second basketball player in history to receive a Wilson signature basketball line. Michael Jordan eking about Air Jordan. Fans are asking the obvious question after witnessing this.
Where the hell is Nike? Where are you, Nike?
Caitlin Clark is the most well-known female athlete on the planet, yet she still lacks a distinctive sneaker. Although it defies rationality, we may now fully comprehend why.
Nike, we need to talk about Caitlin Clark. Let's you and me talk about Caitlin Clark since you refuse to talk about Caitlin Clark.
Let's dive straight into the new Wilson campaign. But first, watch this video to see if you believe that Nike, in contrast to Wilson, is seriously failing with Caitlin. A Nike insider recently revealed what might be the true cause of the delay, and yes, it's as frustrating as you might expect, especially when you compare it to what Wilson just did. Okay, at what I did there. Remember to subscribe for more information about Caitlin Clark and the WNBA as a whole.
Now the first female athlete to have a signature basketball collection.
Let's begin with this, then. Wilson has continuously performed well by Caitlin Clark, in contrast to several other companies we'll discuss shortly. To further highlight how unique this is, she was only the second athlete after Michael Jordan to have a complete basketball collection with Wilson when they unveiled her first signature line last year to much acclaim. And they went above and beyond this year, producing a trademark item fit for the WNBA spokesperson. This was not a casual collaboration in which they simply put her name on a ball and called it quits. All 4 basketballs were designed with Caitlin's input. All of the colors, textures, phrases, and patterns were deliberate. Take a look at these details. The Aspire ball initially appears straightforward, gray or white. Nothing ostentatious, however. The magic happens when you take it outside. When exposed to sunlight, secret signals show themselves as bold, fiery red, and great dreams. Continue. The most intimate of all is that you're going to be fantastic because you are fantastic. Do you know the source of that quote? Here's a clue.
Be amazing because you are amazing.
It's more than simply a marketing slogan. Before every game, Caitlin tells her colleague Aaliyah Boston, that's the kind of thoughtful detail that turns a product into an actual moment, and that's only the beginning. The Envision ball comes next. Originally intended for outdoor play, the surface features what appears to be a maze pattern, but upon closer inspection, you'll notice that it actually spells out "Dream Big" in a unique repeating pattern. Next is the Oasis ball, which was inspired by this and is covered in Caitlin's favorite shade of light blue.
Next on the team, Caitlin Clark.
That's correct. Her time spent playing golf served as the inspiration. A golf course's abstract aerial architecture is also included in one panel. And fantastic personal touch that ties her life off the court to the merchandise. And lastly, the authentic embrace ball, the EVO and XT regulation quality designed for real-world gaming. Wilson managed to make it unique despite the league's restrictions on how ostentatious it could be. Perhaps the most amazing feature to date is the pale blue sunburst pattern inside the Wilson logo and surrounding the air hole. It's a visual of a decibel meter created from real crowd noise capture during a hot game. The sound of Caitlin's supporters roaring literally in your palm. Wilson, however, wasn't finished. The design and product were already masterworks. Then they released this. I'm going to talk about Nike now since it's obvious that they're making mistakes. However, there is one thing I must mention first since it is directly tied to this Wilson advertisement and this product, basketball. All you have to do with Caitlin Clark is enjoy the game, grind, and have fun. You don't need to give it too much thought. People will come if you just show her doing what she does best.
Chance of defense by the Sparks fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep 3.
Feet on the hardwood, basketball in hand, guiding you, inspiring you, working on the player you dream to be. Because the ball will always bring you back to your favorite place. Calm, focused, and confident. To the place all roads lead, the game of basketball.
And in actuality, this has always been Caitlin's defining characteristic and the reason so many people find her appealing. It isn't produced and isn't required. Every time she takes the court, her unwavering enthusiasm for the game, her unrelenting work ethic, and her unmistakable joy are evident. That is the reason she is so well-liked and captivating.
There is no better way to promote Caitlin Clark. She doesn't need any promotion of pre-game fits. There doesn't need to be any, even a Nike terrible promotion is you can't win, so win, while ignoring her. You don't need to see, there doesn't need to be any of that crap. There doesn't need to be any bells and whistles. All you have to do is promote basketball.
Just take a peek at her dude's flawless collaboration. The number of views is in the millions. Furthermore, it isn't about who has the most elaborate pre-game attire or the best manicured appearance. Tease about mastering your craft, being the greatest in your class, and achieving the seemingly impossible. Caitlin lives in that lane, and her admirers like it. Additionally, she recently discussed her injury in a public appearance. Are you curious about what she mentioned she misses the most?
Caitlin, every shot you make is one less that I have to do.
You climb the mountain high.
This is everything we know about Caitlin Clark. She is wired to keep getting better. She strives to be the greatest, pushing herself and going above and beyond to succeed. Dream big, like the ball suggests. However, Caitlin supports that with her tireless efforts. During training camp, it was one of the first things head coach Stephanie White brought up. She avoided discussing hype or headlines. She discussed Caitlin's motivation, her readiness, and the fact that she shows up every day in an effort to improve.
I think at times the hardest part is just not being able to be involved in practice. I love practice. Not a ton of people always enjoy coming to practice every single day, but that's something I really enjoy. I really enjoy coming out here and competing every single day with my teammates. That's probably honestly what I miss most. Obviously I miss the games. That goes for anybody that's ever hurt, but I love practice. I love getting better.
And for those who are paying attention, this has turned into the ultimate refutation of the old claim that Caitlin was given a platform without any compensation or gifts. Rather, she earned it through her dedication, perseverance, and passion for the game. I'll go into more detail about that when we discuss Nike. First, though, just listen NBA Hall of Famer Cheryl Miller explain it.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, one of the things that, I knew about her from afar, but just seeing it on a daily basis is the way she works. We talk about work ethic a lot, but work style is another thing. And she doesn't waste reps. She literally does embody that how you do anything is how you do everything, whether it's a ball handling drill or a shooting drill or setting screens. She approaches it with such a discipline that she doesn't waste time, and I appreciate that. And so it's been nice and refreshing being in the gym.
From beginning to end, Wilson perfectly captured the essence of Caitlin Clark, not just as a player, but also as a person. The finished product is not just fantastic, but truly inspirational, which leads us to the company that ought to be killing it with Caitlin right now. Nike.
Yes, but she was in the backyard. She was putting in the same time, sometimes maybe more than you were.
Right.
I can't fault her for what she was given, but look, as much as she was given, you can't tell me if that door would have swung the other way where she didn't live up to the hype.
Right.
Come on, folks are still waiting for her to fall.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yep.
Given that Caitlin Clark has Michael Jordan-level charisma, you would assume that she would be wearing her own Kate Force Ones by now. However, Wilson is killing it, customizing every element and telling a story with the product, leaving you to question what Nike is doing. Indeed, there are rumors that a trademark sneaker is in the works, but let's face it, Caitlin is already the largest celebrity in America. LeBron had his own sneaker in his debut season, while Michael Jordan had Air Jordans during his rookie year. Nike often acts quickly when they spot a once-in-a-generation talent, so it makes no financial sense to wait any longer in this situation. However, I don't think the world's largest sports brand is stupid. There must be a cause. And we could fully comprehend why Jordan Rogers, a 15-year veteran of Nike's marketing division, just revealed the truth about the company's treatment of Caitlin. It's eye-opening.
Nike seems to be continuing to fumble the bag when it comes to Caitlin. She still doesn't have a signature shoe. The merch is very limited that they put out for Caitlin Clark, and a lot of fans are wondering why.
There is no denying that Nike sales are currently severely declining. Caitlin Clark is a no-brainer because they need a new face, a new wave, something with genuine momentum, as part of the reason their legacy brands, like Jordan's, aren't moving as they used to. Why are they playing this slowly, then? Why is Nike refusing to take the Kate train to Moneytown when she is currently the most talked-about athlete in the nation? That is the crucial question, and Jordan's response provides us with a somewhat annoying response.
I want to show you two different charts here. One, your stock price since 2021. It is down nearly 60%. Your executives and the people who are making these decisions, their stock options are worthless. Meanwhile, you have the single biggest needle mover in all of American sports since Michael Jordan, and you have somehow convinced yourself that you need to slow play this.
In the video that Jordan Rogers shared, did you see the picture of A'ja Wilson's A1 shoes? It was subtle but powerful. Do you recall Nike's total quiet during Caitlin's homecoming game against the Brazilian national team in Iowa? For her and, to be honest, the WNBA overall, that was a huge day. They drew 1.3 million views for what was effectively an exhibition and sold 15,000 tickets in minutes. That's more than some WNBA playoff games bring in, yet Nike didn't post or tweet at all. Caitlin's own boyfriend reposted a post criticizing Nike's inaction because of their deafening silence.
I am so confused as to how you would be so invested in the WNBA for several years, and you have been doing great work to try to elevate and uplift that league and many of the athletes there. But this seems like you have convinced yourself that this needs to be an either-or conversation. And we never have an either-or conversation in the men's sports. You have like 10 signature athletes. Half of them don't deserve a signature shoe.
When those closest to her are willing to voice their opinions in such a way, you know something is wrong. The main concern was how Nike could have been unaware of this. I discussed it in a previous video, and to be honest, my theory still stands that they most definitely knew. And this is where A'ja Wilson comes into play. The idea is that Nike didn't want anything to take away from A'ja's moment because her signature shoes were released a few days after Caitlin's Iowa homecoming game. They remained silent, not because they forgot about Caitlin, but rather because they purposefully stood back to safeguard that launch. Furthermore, it appears that Jordan's recent revelations essentially validate that idea.
And I don't know if you saw, but her boyfriend on his page reposted this, which I guess it could have been an accident, but I'm going to assume, y'all don't got internet or what? That's because apparently Nike didn't say anything. They were radio silent.
It seems that the same politics that have overshadowed the WNBA's potential glory are now affecting Nike as well. Stephen A. Smith, in all honesty, does a great job of explaining this. He breaks through the clutter and shows why this is such a lost chance.
A'ja Wilson's on top, can't take her spot.
When it comes to Caitlin Clark, there is undoubtedly a genuine undercurrent of jealousy and a sense of entitlement in some WNBA segments. To be clear, I don't believe that players don't like Caitlin. If anything, they value her skill and are aware of how excellent she is. There are also many encouraging voices out there, including those of legends, admirers, and analysts. That's hard to avoid that because of her indisputable influence, but there is also genuine resentment, and it seems like the league is holding back because of how deeply ingrained that resentment is. refusing to truly embrace the momentum she has generated and not promote her as they ought to.
Your tagline in that was "You can't win, so win." One of the best explanations I can come up with is that you are wringing your hands and afraid to enter into this politically divisive conversation that has been co-opted by the media and pundits who are race baiting and doing all kinds of ridiculous things around women's basketball. You can't win, so win. You have the unicorn, the chosen one, the one who everyone wants to hear from, and you were just sitting around Gatorade, State Farm, Gainbridge, Wilson Basketball, have all figured out how to have a point of view with Caitlin Clark. Please, for the love of God, figure something out.